Mother... Oh my God!
Evening. I'm the super mother rat. Welcome back, everybody. My vacation's over. It's Wednesday. It's 10:15. It's 10 o'clock, okay? It's 10:15. You know, sometimes you gotta start a little bit late. You can't always start on time, all right? I got that workers' comp thing where you could show up late because you're a lazy degenerate. I just was speaking to my boss. I was like, hey, super scientist boss, I'm pretty much the star of the show. Can I show up a little bit late? And he was like, you know what? It's like, okay. Then he passed me a beer. It was a forged Irish stout. So I think I'm going to open that now. Thanks, boss. Thank you. I'm late and I'm getting a beer. You can make anything happen in reality. You can really make anything happen. Sometimes it's bad. May 14th, 2025. This shit's going to explode. I'm back. We have liftoff. Now I'm supposed to pour this out into a mug. But Daddy has no mug. Can will do just fine. So I'm back from PAX. I'm back from Boston. I heard Zindu was did a smashing job. I'm still not paying you, Zindu. But thank you for your courage. Talked about love. I learned a lot. I was listening live from Boston last week. Boston. Boston has pretty good food. I didn't think Boston would have good food. But I don't mean just seafood, because, you know, I'm mostly a pescatarian, you know, so I do suck the tit of goats every now and then, and cows, and lick their assholes. But they have, you know, I got some fish sandwiches. There's a really good barbecue place. I don't know if it's just like around the convention center. Maybe there's good food. But there was some good cornbread. If you're ever in Boston near the convention center, there's a barbecue place. You know, send me a message. I'll tell you where it is. But the cornbread there. I mean, you know, it's just the only thing that makes it really good is probably just the butter and the sugar that they put on top of the cornbread. But hold on one second. I'm having a flashback of it. So yeah, cornbread is really good there. They even have good Mexican food. They had tacos and stuff. I had some shrimp tacos, some fish tacos. Damn. It's seed fooditarian, but I still, I can't. I eat. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go off on 30 tangents here. So I'm reading the damn chat, which you could get to by going to nicktherat.com, clicking social, go to Discord, go to IRC, go to Twitch. If I can't kill it with my own hands, then I don't feel I deserve to eat it. If you put a chicken in front of me, I don't think I would be able to kill it with my own hands. Cow, no, I tried once. Okay, look. I killed a fish once, all right? So they're on the menu now, boys. So PAX East was good. It was very good. I went there with a whole squad of people. We had about 11 scientists escorted me there. They filled me up with all sorts of alcohol and THC products. It was a good time. One of my dreams came true, and then it became a nightmare all in the same time period. And it helped me realize that I'm probably my own worst enemy. which is kind of fun. I got a little bit of swag, not too much. I got a couple things. Got some dice. I don't know if you guys know of a podcast YouTube show called Shut Up and Sit Down. It's a British show that reviews board games. Now, I really like board games, and I've been watching Shut Up and Sit Down for like 10 years now. And I didn't know that Matt Lees and Tom Brewster were going to be at the show. No Quentin Smith, because, he's not even, I don't know what he's doing, what's going on anymore. But either way, I saw that they were going to be there. I was like, oh, man, that'd be cool to see them. And I'm waiting online. I'm standing there waiting online to play Mitochondria. There's some Devolver shoot 'em up game with mushrooms. It was pretty fun. There, and then I see them. And I see them out of the corner of my eye. And I'm like, I need to go say hi to them and say, hey, what's going on? Take a picture. If you go to my X account, you'll actually see a picture of me with them. Very happy. I was like, man, I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll check your panels out, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. And I said, I hope I'm not bothering you and all that stuff, and have a good time because, they're like guests at the show. I don't want to bother them. So I let them go. And then I went along my merry way. Then the next day at one of their panels, there was like a question and answer. I'm drunk sitting there. And there was a little game show thing going on with like panelists, and Matt Lees was one of the panelists, and there was a picture of people on a steel beam, like a black and white picture, and there said, where was this taken? And there was like on top of the Empire State Building, on top of 30 Rock, and he put the right answer, which was 30 Rock, I think that's Rockefeller Center, and I screamed out, Matt, no, because I thought it was the Empire State Building. Because, I'm from New York, and I just went to the Empire State Building, and I could have sworn that I saw the picture that they showed there at the thing. So I screamed out, Matt, no, and he changed his answer to the wrong one. And then he called me Devil Man. And whenever I saw him for the rest of the con, he looked away very quickly. Well, that happened. I wonder if there's if I could even see that. Let's say PAX East 2025 panels. Sure. Maybe I could relive the fun. What? How would I find this here? No, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find this very easily. Day 4, no. Let me just fly through this. Whoa, holy moly. No, okay. No, that's not it. No, not that. No. Nope. Now, if I find the panel later, I'll get a recording of what happened. But, yeah, basically, I think Shut Up and Sit Down are scared of me now. They don't like me. But I still love them. It was great to see them. The other things happened there too at the show. A lot of board games. Played the Wandering Tower, good board game. Saw Chris Perkins. That was cool. And of course, listened to Nick the Rat Radio last Wednesday. That was great too. But either way, that was my trip to Boston. Came back on Sunday. Had a fun time. Nice relaxing time. Some other things I forgot. Security. I used to be scared of security at these places, and it doesn't even really matter. You walk in, you beep, you just show them what's in your backpack, and you could have whatever in there. Man, I had like a full bar with me. I had tons of paraphernalia and drugs just stuck in my jacket pockets. And they would just like make you open your backpack, and they would say, oh, no, you're good. All right, go on. So I was just walking around pretty hammered. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. Show them your balls? No, I didn't have to show my balls. There was no ball play. There's a lot of boobs though. There was a lot of cosplay and chicks. There's a lot of large people too. think there's an epidemic going on, and of boobs and butts and stuff. Either way, okay. Let's. We got a show to do now. I'm not on vacation anymore. I have to do a show. We're doing a paranormal podcast here. We have to talk about Large Marge. She was a scary individual. No. What are we talking about tonight? I think we're talking about like the demon within or something, and like how reality is unraveling. It's coming inside of you and you. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we're gonna listen to some music and then come back. I'm trying to think if anything else happened at PAX. I got a candle. Artie Jen, never again. It smells like burnt wood. I like it. Wait, I'm sorry. I had a sneeze. Oh, man. I wish I could, like, pump out my sinuses or something. Like, put, like, a plunger on my face. That'd be cool. Like, suck that shit out. Hi, everybody. Okay. Let me breathe. Breathe, Nick. Breathe. Big news, everybody. Big news. There's a video. There is a video somewhere. What is this, in the UK? What is this, The Sun? The Sun. A glass mug. There's video of a glass mug just exploding on a woman's table. Proof of ghosts. I watched the video. It explodes. There's no hot water in it. It's just cold matcha in a glass mug, and that shit explodes. Happened on May 6th. I mean, she bought the cup on May 6th. and exploded on May 8th. She thought her dog did it. She thought her dog broke this cup. She thought that the dog made her cup explode, but it turns out it was probably a poltergeist. I'm guessing. That's my guess. Probably a really evil, matcha-hating ghost. Maybe maybe the ghost was parched and was mad at the living individual for being able to drink on this tasty beverage. The lady said at first she thought it was probably a ghost, but then she said she just wants to get, her money back for it. Like she's probably going to email the company and say that there's a fault with the cup. She probably like washed the cup with hot water. And then she poured some cold matcha into it. That would break it. Or no, it's probably a poltergeist. I'm sorry. It's fucking supernatural stuff. And this is in the news, people. This is in the news. That's in the Sun. Somebody wants to put poltergeist back into your life. Which is pretty cool. I like poltergeist. Let's open the phone lines. We have a phone line, 917-719-5923. Where is the phone line? There it is. Let's see if anybody is on the line.
Really weird, and I realized I screwed up. It's just dangerous. Very, very, very small danger. Ooh, look at that for. I'm getting you.
Is that me?
Delayed in this weird. I have no idea. Actually, I do know. I'm watching Florida outside. On the link. I forgot that Brave will not download it. There's some Floridian. So that was weird. I see it. Yeah, I think it's finally. Hang on. Is that what they mean? Florida, the water. It's like he's from Florida. Yeah, in Coney Island. He's from Florida. There's Floridians. Very strange. I don't know. Let me see if I can get rid of. I've gotten rid of.
What is going on right now?
That was very strange. I wonder why they were coming in at slightly different times. I'd say like maybe half a second. Like maybe a second. And the reason why it was because I was trying to get the volume to where they were equally set up because I'm running Winamp. I know it's old technology, but I like it. And I was doing something earlier that needed some volume boost, and so I was running a compressor, so it was compressed, Nick the Rat. Yes, indeed. Not anybody cares, but I have a new girlfriend. Yay, go me. And no, it's not the glow-up variety. You've always seen one glow-up doll or felt one?
Is it Winamp? No, I never actually partook.
I don't know how you could engage with one. They feel like they remind me of those toys when I was a little kid. Like, you know those like blow up Batman or Superman or whatever? That's what they feel like. Makes my penis feel chafed just thinking about it. Not any of you need to think about my penis. I mean, maybe somebody does, but
Nick,
I hope I'm kind of disgusting. Anyway.
Did you ever rub your penis on a blow-up Batman? Actually, now I'm sorry. I think that unlocked a memory.
Talk about nothing, just
blow up Batman.
Yeah, blow up Batman like a bath toy, because you get in the pool and you got that tube going around you, the plastic tube, and I definitely remember having that crease in a hard plastic rubbing against my genitalia as a child.
Ah.
At church.
Wow. You do like to party.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So you went to Nerd Mecca, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. I just got really ripped and just walked around, And then I like to play games like, let me see if I can stalk this person, follow them, and I'll let them walk 20 feet ahead of me and see how far I could follow them. And then I just go, and then I get and then I get thrown out.
Yeah, that's healthy,
Yeah.
That solves the
How you doing?
stalker game. Shitty, man.
Shitty? Oh.
Tore a ligament.
Oh no.
Man, yeah, it sucks.
And you're like fucking able to move, or are you down? Are you down, lad?
I got a brace yesterday. I just want to say hooray for our medical system. Jesus Christ.
I heard United
I
Healthcare
wish
just
the
got
big
like
doc.
sued for some weird shit. I don't know what's going on. I didn't read the news yet.
They're all getting sued all the time. It's ridiculous. It took me 4 days to get an emergency appointment, so I think I'm ready to move to
Oh,
Canada.
jeez.
Yeah.
You should have called me. I would have came down there with some like X-Acto blades and floss.
It's not so bad. I probably won't need surgery. They'll let me know in 2 weeks.
I'll give you the surgery, buddy. Don't worry.
Yeah, I hear you.
I got floss. It's mint flavored, so when it goes through the hole wherever your ligament is torn, it'll feel minty fresh.
Minty fresh. You know, I use a lot of mint soaps just because I like that feeling. And I'm down. I never thought about mint floss for. You're an innovator. I like
I don't
that.
know. I use a lot of lavender in my soaps. Is it going to make my titties grow? I keep reading about that.
Not any more than they already are, soy boy.
Oh.
You know, it might make your vag bleed, but.
Yeah, I was thinking about vaginas earlier.
Me too.
Because not for that purpose. I was thinking about like just like the fact that they're kind of like a pocket.
Yeah, they sure are.
When I was trying to like get all these cans of beer and bottles of alcohol and pipes and gummies and joints and lighters and oh my, I was like, man, if I just had like a vagina. Good game.
Vagina would be cool.
You could put like so much stuff in there. You could put like a telescopic, like fucking, like this much worth of shit.
You're walking around with the prison wallet right now, Sunshine.
Yeah, I know, but like vagina's like more insert friendly.
Yeah, they are. I wouldn't mind a roo pouch, you know, like a kangaroo pouch. Those might be cool. Like a wallaby sack on the front.
I heard those things are moist inside. It really creeps me out.
So are vaggies. Well, at least the ones I come in contact.
Do you know what those things? You know what a marsupial pocket probably smells like?
I know mint soap could probably take care of it though.
Cause you know those kangaroos and koalas are definitely shitting in there.
No, I don't think there's shit in there.
You think that they're trained to not shit inside of those pockets?
Well, I think shit goes out the exit.
I'm gonna ask Grok.
I'm not sure though.
I'm asking Grok. I'm gonna
point.
find out. We're gonna find out for sure.
If I only knew what I didn't know, I wouldn't know anything.
Let's see here. Do koalas shit in their mom's pocket?
It's a wallaby.
Koalas don't have a pocket like some marsupials. They do have a pouch. Let's see. So no koalas don't defecate in their mother's pouch, but joeys do consume pap as part of their... What the... Hold on. When it comes to waste, koala joeys produce a special type of feces called pap. So yeah, they're shitting in there. You know, they're just calling it a different word, so it sounds cool. They're trying to protect these wallabies.
Yeah. So they're not the filthy beasts that they are. It's fake news,
Joey
you know? Fake news.
Backstreet Boy
Oh.
Joey Pap.
Now I keep, but at my age, staring at looking at this makes me have dreams about dying. And I didn't know that was going to happen.
Really?
It could be the pills. But, yeah, it's weird.
What are you
Just
thinking
like,
about?
just, I'm not immortal.
Well, yeah, we're all gonna kick the bucket sooner or later.
Stop it. Yeah, I know.
I think about that whenever I'm in a car. I'm like, I'm inches from just death every second.
Yeah, but dude, I've never been a bitch my whole life. You know what I mean? It's easy for you.
Well, yeah, it's very
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to have a
Like
vagina so I could sneak some weed into a conference that didn't care.
Yeah, they don't. They're looking for guns.
Now
And
that I know
sometimes
that, I wish I
glass
left my gun at home.
bottles. Right? Yeah. And glass bottles. They don't want you to have glass. They don't want you to have guns.
Yeah, but they also don't check in
Really?
like your jacket pockets or nothing. They're not tapping you down. They're just looking inside your bag. More or
It's
less.
all theater.
Yeah.
They're not really the best trained security guys in the world.
They
You're up
probably
in Boston,
get paid
right?
more money than I do podcasting. Whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I bet donations have been down. I haven't been donating lately. I gotta get on that. Let's talk about these poltergeists. Have you ever lived anywhere with a poltergeist?
I did have a radio change station on me once, and I think I did see something turn, like a vase or a vase spin, but it was late at night, and sometimes in the night, things do play tricks on your eyes. So I can't say for sure, but the radio thing happened.
That is true. That is true. I lived in a place for about 3 weeks once and got out. It was one of those.
Whoa.
Like, yeah. But what was weird was it was a ground floor apartment and like below ground, halfway, you know what I mean? In an old apartment building, and like lights would turn on by themselves. You'd be sitting there going, I guess it was too dark, And the radio would change stations.
At that point, even if it's not a poltergeist, I'm moving.
Yeah, well, that's that when it got to the radio dial spinning itself, I was like, fuck this. I'm out of here. Like, I ate the deposit and everything.
Wow.
Like, I was like, that place is haunted. And 2 other people were like, yeah, I had a friend that lived there. It is haunted. But they weren't in my apartment. They were just in the basement down there.
You should have kept that place, because once you find these haunted places, you could rent it out as a haunted place.
Yeah, this is before Airbnb. What the fuck are you talking about? Now, this is years ago. But no, bro, I like literally moved out because I thought it was haunted. Yeah. Now, it could have been a lot of things, I guess, like bad wiring and just too many mushrooms. But I did really think the radio changed stations. This is back when radios had dials and stuff.
That happened to me
Yeah.
too. Like, how is you gonna blame the things on the dial if it's just like not really gonna be like a ghost? Like ghosts definitely are touching some dials out here, tweaking
Yeah.
tweaking
Well,
dials.
if it's just a digital with a button, there could be a little moisture
Yeah,
or something. You know what I mean?
yeah. There's no physical
But this
movement there,
this
but that's
this
because when
thing,
Diane used to work here, there used to be a poltergeist in the sewer. We recently had it removed, but it would turn knobs. It
really,
would turn her nipples. She'd get pinched every now and then. She didn't know what it was, but now she's dead and the poltergeist is gone, so everything is good.
you mean you killed her because she was going to sue you for
Look, that
sexual
didn't happen.
harassment again?
Okay, she
Uh,
died, natural causes,
yeah.
through products that we've maybe made in the sewer. So I didn't have to. It's
Uh-huh.
NDAs. It's fine.
You didn't write a script telling her you have to read this.
I'm protected by paperwork, and you'll never catch me, copper.
Uh-huh. I'm not a cop, man. I might be your conscience, though. You know,
Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Crockett. So hey, man, how about what's going on in the world?
What's happening?
All kinds of stuff.
There's Pakistan,
We have the
India
best.
doing fake stuff.
Man, those guys are good dancers. They're pretty amazing.
Did Trump get like a
Um,
plane from Saudi Arabia that looks like a dollar
we have
bill?
we have we have the best Air Force One ever now. You know,
There's a lot of weird stuff
just
happening.
yeah. Prince Andrew might be a liar. You know,
Everybody lies.
uh,
You'd be lying if you weren't a liar.
yeah. Well, yeah, probably. Oh, I don't know, man. I do have fatigue from all of it. I tell you what, man. If you order the oxycodone without the Tylenol and you snort about 5 of them,
Yeah.
your leg won't hurt at all.
No, you feel
Um,
like you're on a cloud somewhere.
just kidding. I'm not snorting them. I'm smoking them.
You're smoking pills?
No, I never did that. I wasn't cool enough.
I like to put
I
my
never.
pills in the microwave and cook them for 5 minutes and stick my face into it.
I do that with the cat's pills. You ever do ketamine, man?
Nah, I had the chance to do it once, but
Oh my God, it's the best.
I passed up on it. I was in
You
some
think milk drop's cool now? Ooh, you just watch milk drop for the rest of your life.
bloop,
You had enough,
bloop. Nah,
enough
I like to stick
K.
to marijuana and alcohol. Those are my two vices.
Hey, Guy Lake, what's it? Is it Guy Lake show or Gay Lackey? He says burn some
Lucky.
sage. That's where I got into burning sage and stuff. Is after I had um the fucking poltergeist.
I was into burning sage after I
Uh,
found out she was a witch.
yeah, well, I stood on her head while it was in the toilet for a while.
Oh,
When she kept kicking, I knew she was a witch. You know. How about if you drown, you're not a witch? What? How did those trials work?
in the same way they do today.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's some I don't know, there's a good one going on here in North Carolina or South Carolina where some guys followed a guy and murdered him and the police were like, "It's okay, you're our friend."
What? He killed somebody and they're okay with it?
Yeah. Yeah, Horry County sheriffs like let two guys chase a guy for 9 miles and execute him. Now it's come to light. It's a little bit of a problem for them. What's
How'd they
weird
kill
is
him?
they shot him. You know,
They followed him and shot him, and they're not going to
yeah.
jail?
Well, now they might, and like 5 of the cops had to quit. It just shows you, man, that good old boy shit's strong.
Jail is
It's
some crazy
real
shit,
strong.
man. You ever been in
Yeah.
jail?
Me? Of course I have.
I sort of thought you might have been.
That's where you go before prison. It's like on the way there. I was supposed to do 20 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but look, it's a good one. I got the cop arrested that arrested me, and he had to do 8 years. I pulled
Really?
an Erno. Yes, I really did.
That never happens.
Yeah.
Usually cops don't get
It rarely happens, but if you burn enough sage, no, seriously, this guy was he was a piece of shit, and he lied about everything, and I lost some stuff due to a civil asset forfeiture that I couldn't get back, but like a vehicle and a house, and but I got they had to null process my case and let me out, and a bunch of other cases. A bunch that were on his docket had to, or that were on the docket had to get done, and a bunch of other people got let out of jail and prison because he'd been fucking so many people over. It was like kind of one of them things where you're like, fuck this guy, but then you realize it was a huge problem, and so I don't know, like as I got older in life, I was like, oh, maybe he was supposed to pinch me and fuck me up. Now he did fuck me up. He cost me a house and a car and jobs and some relationships. But I got him back, and it was kind of wild. Yeah, Fat Matt Anderson.
I'm trying to think about what's worse, losing like a house or 8 years of your life.
Well, the house was on property, and he should have lost more than 8 years. For every one of the documents that he falsified for the court system, he should have been charged 20 years. And he had like 40 pending cases
Fuck.
and like 83 convictions that they were, when they looked at the documentation, they were like, that was over 120 that he had fucking falsified.
I could probably become a cop.
Oh yeah. Well, there was another cop on. He just got 1 day, and he was like, out of 184 DUIs, he was responsible for 124 of them, and in the whole county, with all the other cops, including state police and regular cops, all the convictions in that county, he did like 124 out of 184. And when they found out that he was lying and that they were bad convictions, he got 1 day in jail. And those ruin your life. You know what I mean? They totally do. And he was doing it to some kid that had never drank.
Damn.
Gave him a DUI. Yeah. Now, and they'll just say you're on drugs.
Yeah,
Dude,
you watch cop videos today, it's just craziness. I'm sure there's cop videos too where the cops are good, but there's a lot of bad cops out there.
there's some good cops, but,
I watched these cops arrest a guy that was paraplegic. They threw him out of his wheelchair because
yeah, that one's making the rounds right now.
somebody said that he kicked down their door.
Yeah.
And he's like, how could I can't kick down a door. I've been paraplegic for 20 years.
My legs are rubber. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit.
It's like, it's scary. Like the shit that the people that have power that could do things, it's
yeah, it's retarded. I can't wait for the total unraveling. Did you get any new games at Nerd Convention?
Board games? Yeah, I got some.
Well, anything, card, board.
It's actually a card game called my favorite things. It's pretty silly to play. But yeah, I got that. I got some dice. I bought a video game recently called Death Stranding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's what was that? Norman Reedus? You know Norman Reedus?
No.
You know Boondock Saints or The Walking Dead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know The Walking Dead and Boondock Saints.
You know the guy that's in both of those?
Maybe. I quit watching Boondock Saints or Walking Dead, I think season 2.
Do you know the crossbow guy?
Yeah.
He is in Boondock Saints also.
Okay. I think I know who you're talking
He's one of the brothers.
Yeah.
In that movie. And he's also in this video game.
Oh, cool.
And it's been a very good change for me because I'm used to playing these stupid multiplayer games like Dota 2, and it fucking eats all my time up, and it's a waste of time. And this is a nice break away from all that silly multiplayer bullshit, and it's a nice game. It's fun. You have to walk.
A nice game. How many people are you killing?
So far, none. I delivered. I killed myself, and then I swam into my mouth, and I saw a baby in my belly, and then I vomited, and I came back to life. It's by a crazy Japanese guy, so it's an interesting game.
That sounds like a mushroom trip I had when I was in the 10th grade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
This game is definitely a mushroom trip
Don't
type
look
game.
into the eye of the snake when you're choking it, but I don't know what that meant until then. You know what I'm saying?
Holy
whatever, dude. Let me think here. There was some other stuff. Oh, the controlled plasma machine in Germany is now going to end world peace, or
what?
make Germany the most dominant world. Yeah, they got a fusion machine over there in Germany now.
Let's see what the AI has to say. Controlled plasma.
Yeah.
Wait,
something number 7.
I want to see something.
8
Let's
seconds.
see. Plasma, CN, first bill. Let's see. Germany revealed new nuclear. That's 2024.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Is this old? Are you telling me old news, caller?
Yeah, goodbye.
You don't call Nick the Rat Radio and tell me some old ass. Let's listen to Chris Hemback with Get Over You.
something to get over you. Arrow to bullseye. You found your way. Too good to leave. Too bad to stay. You left me with nothing to hold on to. Gave me something to get over you. Arrow to bullseye. You found your way. Too good to leave. Too bad to stay. You left me with nothing to hold on to. Gave me something to get over you. Good to me. Too bad to stay.
I need that hot steam directly in my skull cave.
Yeah, your show fucking sucks, kid. It's a piece of shit. Your show's terrible, man. It's not even fucking good. Hope it gets canceled.
Let's thank some people here. We have a P.O. box where you could send some products to me or whatever the hell you want to send to me. You can send me shirts. You can send me hats. You can send me socks. You can send me candles. 90549. Can't point to it. Where is it? There it goes. Nick the Rat Radio. P.O. Box 90549. Brooklyn, New York 11209. We got a couple stuff. Couple things. This is from Amazon. Maybe it's from Jeff Bezos. Can't open it. Aged cheddar. You're supposed to microwave this. Remove the lid and film. Microwave for 30 seconds. Stir and repeat as needed. Caution, product will be hot. Made with 100% natural cheese, vegetable dip, pasta recipes. Delicious hot or cold. Best by September. That's pretty good. Look at that. Refrigerate after opening. A hot cheddar shot, yo. Yeah, it's got the... I'm not going to open the wrapper. It's the sound of cheese getting smacked, yo. A hot cheddar shot. It sounds like something in the Kama Sutra. I shall provide a hot cheddar shot uponeth thy breasts. I shall I think Radix somebody sent this to me. There's no name here. There's no note either. But I think, yeah. I'll try it out, and I'll let you know what I think. We have another Amazon package, probably more cheese. I'm gonna guess. Let's see. It's very strange when you can get animal byproduct. This farmer's market here. We got more cheese spread. This looks really good right here. This looks like a port wine cheese spread made with aged Wisconsin cheddar. I'm gonna stick a straw in this one and suck it down. Hold on a second. Let me check just to make sure in my yeah, Radix. Radix sent that. Thank you so much, Radix. I shall be sending a review. I hope you don't care that I'm doxing you. I do love cheese. Cheese is goddamn good. Cheese and bread. Oh my god. Ugh. Cheese and bread. Carbs and dairy? What is cheese considered? Product? Cheese product? I love carbs and product. I'm gonna open a beer for Radix. Don't go all over, please. Protein. I think we got some other stuff in the P.O. box too. Salt, dairy, proteins, fat. Do we got a little letter here? Yeah, well, you know, yeah. When we were having Mexican food in Boston, they had, somebody got mole sauce. And I was like, what the fuck is mole? So if anybody out there knows what mole is, I'm gonna let you think. What do you think mole is? Holy moly. I found out what it is because I was like, well, it's just like fucking roots, and it's like the holy trinity of Mexico or something instead of Louisiana. So like the onion and celery and bell pepper. It's like a sauce. Mole, but I forget what's in it. Either way. Fat Boy Nuclear Vibe. Fat Boy Nuclear Vibe. Fat Boy, fat boy, fat.
Are you worried you might lose your woman?
Yeah.
Have you ever not satisfied her?
No.
Would you like to change that?
Maybe.
Who has the time? Not me.
No.
Not you.
No.
Dark Sewer Network has the solution.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Introducing the Hitachi Fat Man.
Oh.
The first nuclear-powered vibrator on the market.
Oh, my.
Now you, too, can finally drop bombs in the bedroom and blow your lover away.
Is that even legal?
Our sex scientist spent years perfecting the ultimate stimulator. It operates with 2 settings, gun type and implosion.
Gun type sounds good. I like that.
You can't get more bang for your buck.
Oh, okay.
Only $69.99 on the Dark Sewer Network.
Worth it.
Use of this device may cause paralysis, temporal dimensional rifts, life-threatening orgasms, and anal leakage. Nuclear batteries not included.
Layaway for sis, she wants a black one. 96 cents for Sir My Crotch. Thank you. Two more. One more. Got one more here. Fat Boy, Nuclear Vibe, 96 cents. I was going to play it again, but I shouldn't do that. It's like he sent me the same check.
Are you worried
Twice.
you might lose your woman?
Great. Thank you so much for those. Dr. Simmercrotch for the $2 and was it like 12 cents? $1.92. Thank you. You can also donate by going to nicktherat.com, clicking on donate, and there's a donate button there. And you could donate via PayPal. So let's see if anybody has donated this week. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Let's see here. What the heck is this? Blah, 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 blah. Scooby-Doo. Bop-a-ba-dee-bee-doo. Bop-a-dee-dee-dee-doo-doo. Da-ba-da-ba. Skee-ba-dee-dee-dee. Da-ba-da-ba-ba. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Skee-ba-dee-dee-dee-dee. Skee-ba-dee-bop-a-doo. Beep-a-dee-beep-a-dee. What's going on with my phone here? All right, here we go. We couldn't process the payment. Let's log in from a new device. Your funds have been drained. Wait, hold on 1 second here. What's going on here? What? For these donations, I read donation amount. I read initials and any notes. It's for my little sister. She wants the black one. DM with 433. Thank you so much, DM, for the $4.33. Cheers to you. Be sure to get the swing suspension system on the Hitachi Fat Man vibrator system. Get it installed. I had it installed at Diane's old house. Destroyed it. It was a lawsuit. The house fell. Houses fall. I told her houses fall. Things happen. She came. It worked. So she's not going to be able to get the money back. She's dead, though, so it doesn't matter. Sometimes death is good. Let's see here. Ooh, wow, we got a 20. We have a 20 bomber from IL. Love the show. Wait, was this for me, IL, or is this for Zindu? All right. I hope this isn't for me, not for Zindu. IL, thank you so much. Oh, wow. I've been in the area where you're from, and I loved it very much. I'm not doxing nobody. JOC, but it's true. I've been there. And when I got there on the airport, I couldn't read anything, which was very strange because I was like, "What? I thought there was English stuff here." Lo and behold, there was. Either way, and finally we have JOC with 420. Thank you so much, JOC, for the 420. And you could also donate using Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can give me some free money. And if you like me, why not? Go for it. Do it. Get on to the Twitch and click subscribe. Joe Burrow 49, give me a follow. And we also have Dr. Sir McCroach, McE Roach. Resub with Prime. They've been sub for 21 months. She's 21, Nick. Well, doctor, too old. All right, let's take a quick musical break. While we come back, and we have a lot more show to go. We have a little bit more beer to drink. And I think there's an endless amount of weeds on the planet. Alex with Sad Piano. Don't worry, we'll be right back.
Fuck that shit!
Gee, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. Thank you for everybody that has donated. In the last segment, I don't really think I said thank you enough to you people because, yeah, you never really know what to do when you do. Actually, this has been upsetting. Like society, I think has been failing our people. I think society is failing our people, and I think it's. I don't want to say it's capitalism's fault. I'm a capitalist. I'm totally into capitalism. But there's issues with it. There's definitely issues. There's a minimum wage, but there's no maximum wage. And I understand that. I understand how there's the desire for no maximum wage. Because if there was a maximum wage for how much something is worth, which it still says, I don't know. If somebody was like, because some people are shit. Like, you might be a roofer and you might be shit, but you might be a roofer and you might be a million times better than even like the best roofer there is, and you probably deserve to get paid what you're worth, which is, what I'm trying to say here is that capitalism makes people want to create systems that is easy for people, which gets adopted by large groups of people, but it's usually to their excrement. It's usually something that's not very helpful, sort of. It's usually helpful. It's usually helpful in making things easier. Like the telephone is like it works, right? Hello?
Right.
See, it works. Hi.
Check it out.
What?
You're not, like, we don't have capitalism,
We don't have
right?
capitalism?
No, we don't have anything that resembles a free market. We have basically fascism. We have a mixed economic system at best. But there is no free market trade. Capitalism is like an ideal of something that has never even really had been realized. It's never. I mean,
Well,
you're
nothing is
using
really
words
real.
that no.
Like, there's no democracy,
Check it
there's no
out,
republic,
right?
there's no
Like
democratic republic.
in the early 1800s, when the government started deciding whose land they were going to steal for railroads, right? And who was allowed to have railroads, that was like the capitalism was over then. And then as it went further, and they go, you got to have a license to do this, and we're going to chop up the airwaves, and you got to have a license to be in a part of the airwaves. And they started picking winners and losers.
Yeah.
That ended capitalism, right? So, and then free market is only free if you can meet the barrier of entry to the regulation that the regulators put down, and then they have all their cronies doing, which is like fascist feudalism, where you have this oligarch class that decides with corporations and government who the winners are going to be, and they get rid of the little guy. They pound him
Feudalism.
down.
Yeah,
Now,
that's why there's like landlords and stuff, right?
right? Yeah, we don't really have what would be known as capitalism. Yeah, right. That's a misnomer. You can't. Capitalism's a pretty good idea, especially laissez-faire capitalism.
Well,
But it's
capitalism
never
is
been
like a
realized.
system in play in all these other things. What we
No,
have is a
so
kleptocracy.
capitalism would be where you had a free market. But as soon as the government gets involved and starts picking winners and losers, you don't have a free market, right? You have a mixed economy at best. And then when they start doing all their inside trading and everything that they do, it's just like back in the old times when oligarchs went against the oligarchy went against the commoner. That's basically where we are now. It's you can't get far without these guys getting their piece, and then they'll take as much as they possibly can. That's not really capitalism or a free market. And even the minimum wage is a problem. Like going, oh, we have a minimum wage starts a problem. Like there shouldn't be a minimum wage if you really people, the government shouldn't be involved in any of it. The way they should be involved is if there's criminal prosecution for criminal actions, and that's it. It's when they're involved in it, it's a mixed economy. It's a bit of socialism. I mean, even your pretend paycheck, like I give up, like, depending
Like, what
on,
is your worth?
like, no, I give up like 40% of my paychecks, if not more, every time. It's ridiculous. And I've been in business, man. I could tell you some fucking nightmare stories about, like, just working really hard and figuring everything out and delivering stuff on time, and then the government at the end's like, okay, now we need our 55% of your effort. It's like, what the fuck? Well, kid, you passed the $750,000 mark. And just it's not a capitalist system. You'd have to be naive to think that.
Did you listen
We don't have
to
that
the
going on.
interview I had with the fakeologist?
No, I would love to. I've been missed a few shows. I've been pretty
Because
busy.
I think you would like the fakeologist guy, because he's totally, he thinks that, like, everything is fake, and that's very much aligning with what you're saying right now, because I also agree too. I'm not saying that it's a very strange system we're inside of, and it's obvious, and I don't think we could change it though, because they would just kill us, whoever they are.
See, I mean, as soon as they get this mRNA figured out and they can live forever, you're going to see a bunch of culling. They're going to go into their underground cities. That was the other one that I was forgetting earlier. All the underground city talk now. Have you been catching any of this?
Well, that's why Elon Musk has been so popular lately.
Well, what do you think
He's
his
got the
boring
Boring
machines have been
Company. Yeah,
doing?
he's been helping these elite get deep in the crust.
Yeah. But if you look, man, there's been these cities for millennia that have, 20,000 people could live in this city in Turkey underground, and that's like thousands of years old. And then the huge areas in China where they can do that. It looks like have you ever seen that spot in China where they have the underground caverns that look like a boring machine did it?
What? And people are living down there?
You gotta, dude, giant underground cities in China. Just Google that. You'll see the striations, the marks in the walls, and you're like, what did that? You're never going to believe it.
Let's see. China is home to several large underground networks, including the Underground City. Huh. In Ho Chenzui. So, are they just trying to protect themselves from Google or satellites?
It's probably meteors, right?
Oh, wow. China's great. No, I'm just...
Yeah. They're hiding pyramids over there, too. You know that, right?
They probably are. There's probably a lot of stuff
Oh,
that's
no,
being hidden. I heard...
they got a bunch of them. I was over there.
So you said... Yeah, but...
I was over there.
Were they real, or were they made of, like, soy?
No, man. They had planted, like, trees and shit on them to hide them from satellites and stuff. I think they have 7 of them, 7 big ones. I don't know. I was there a long time ago. I was there in '92, so it was a lifetime ago.
Where does China get their power from? Do they burn coal, or are they using nuclear? What?
They burn everything.
Is China's
When I was
power
there, I'm pretty sure it
sources.
was baby fat.
Baby fat, maybe. Coal,
Yeah.
62%.
Yeah.
I like these
They
numbers.
still burn. I think they have wood power plants still too. I think, man, for real.
Oh, yeah, you want to hear a cool little thing that I heard that made me think weird stuff? All right, here
Sure.
you go. Here you go. What is the one of the most rare materials in the universe?
Most rare materials in the
What
universe.
are
What
some?
is
Yeah, what
one?
is in the universe? What is like one of the most rarest materials?
I don't know. Tungsten.
Um, Wood,
Wood. Oh, okay.
because not many planets are in that sweet spot to be able to grow trees or
Okay. That makes
wood.
sense.
So wood
Yeah.
is probably very, very rare. Just like I guess flesh too would be in that as well.
Mushrooms.
Shrooms, I guess whatever's on Earth would be pretty rare. Probably, maybe. Who knows? Maybe not.
I don't know. I didn't. I got wood right now, though, man. You know. Just saying. Uh, but huh. I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah, because
Anyhow,
like metal
what
is
do you,
all
what,
over the place. There's metal in comets. It's just flying around all over the fucking place. There's all
yeah,
that shit's just in space. It's dust but you can't have like wood dust. There's no wood flying around in space.
I don't, maybe. There's,
That wood.
yeah, wood. Should I stay or should I go now? I never thought of it that way. That's a good one.
You like that?
But I mean, how do we know? Yeah, how
Well,
do
we
we
don't know
know? I mean, what do
nothing.
they
We
say?
barely know anything.
Yeah, so you don't even know what capitalism means. Now, why are you saying? What are you saying about capitalism?
Okay,
'Cause I
well,
want to help. I
back
want
to
to
my
help you define
original
this
thing here is
for
that
what it is.
I'm trying to say like money is good and all, but it seems that like to make money, you have to make other people's lives easier, but also shittier. Because like people like
Do you?
easy stuff, but when they get things easily, it's usually shit.
Well, what if money was just stored value? What if I could say, "Hey, Nick, here's some money because I value you, and I want you to take this extra value I have, and you put it in your bank."
Well,
And then,
that's
like, say you ever tear a ligament, you need to be on the couch for a couple of weeks, eating pills. You can hang out and do that because you got that stored value.
it's kind of like a race to
Maybe
the
that's
bottom.
because
We're all on a
is
race.
it?
We're trying to get to being lazy faster. Like we want to do
Is that
nothing
is that
quicker.
what it is?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, like we don't want to go
You think that's
hunting. We don't want to
everyone's
make our clothes.
ambition and goal?
We don't want to do
Well,
anything.
well, I knew this blacksmith once. That's all he did, man.
Yeah, but that was
Made
like one
copper
dude.
rivets.
I'm talking like the majority of society
Right.
uses things that make their lives easier. So people profit off of people making their lives easier, but in the process of making your life easier, you're losing the skills that you need to become a better person. So it's kind of like we're just we're profiting off of making people shitty.
Who's profiting?
The
And
people making the things to profit off, the people that are making money, like me. I'm making all of you stupider so I could take your money.
well, yeah.
See, it's
Definitely
I'm trying to not
happening.
lie to you about the brainwashing that I'm
Yeah.
continually doing every week on society, but
Yeah. But I mean, what if it's like you make things
Wally,
easier
exactly.
here for now so we can leverage resources to. I think we should be multiplanetary.
Yeah, Earth is fine.
You know,
It's got enough space. It's gonna be here for long enough.
right? But long enough for you and I. Don't you think humanity is awesome?
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, you saying that you want to be multiplanetary is it's kind of a small. That's small thinking.
Is it?
Yeah. Because once we become one with everything, then there's no traveling to go anywhere, and we'll always exist.
So you're saying we already are multiplanetary?
We are. We are already doing the thing that makes us now.
Hmm. All right. Now we're somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Do you want to this? You might enjoy this little trip that I went on.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
While at PAX, walking around. You're like surrounded by this guy. I can't even imagine how many people were there. Let's see.
Probably about 75,000.
How many people PAX East 2025? Over 100,000 attendees.
Okay. They did good this year.
So when you're walking around that, you start to, and you're, blitz. I'm not like puking or tripping all over myself. I'm a very functional, member of society here.
You're swerving.
I'm swerving a little bit, having fun. Hey, baby, what's going on? Yeah, watch out. But
Yeah.
the thing is, I had a thought. Like, do you know the Truman Show?
Yeah.
So life is like the reverse Truman Show. Instead of everybody watching Truman, it's Truman watching everybody.
Watching us. That could be, yeah. Yeah. I had this weird trip once where I thought everything was just a projection on a neutrino screen.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Flat reality.
Well, I think neutrinos you can have.
They're fat ass neutrinos. Fat ass reality.
But not nutrias. Not those fat rats. Your cousins, the nutrias, neutrinos. But yeah, man. It could be that way. I don't know. I've been getting into the Tibetan Book of the Dead lately through YouTube.
Ooh.
And they're like, this when you die, you got to go to the bardo and do the big reflection in the mirror and decide if you're going to move on. And you never really die. You're always a part of the one. This whole
I think that's all happening right now. You have to accept death while you're alive.
Yeah.
Because it's just gonna happen one day. You're gonna wake up dead, and so we're currently in that phase of the Book of the Dead.
We could be. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I do know that small nuclear plants, modular style, are getting to become a pretty popular theme. That would be so cool. And I don't know if I think you should have to have skills, like to be able to plant stuff and grow stuff, and
it's hard to plant and grow stuff.
You ever fucking calf tie a calf?
What the fuck did you just say?
Calf tie a calf.
Calf tie a calf? You talking about like hog tying a hog?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever.
When I was
No.
a kid, I used to do the calf tie. I was like the best in my age group too. I was the best in my age group and like 4 age groups above me.
What is that
I was
hanging
fucking-
a baby cow upside down by its feet?
Kind of
Attached to a
it's like
stick?
satanic tarot card thing. No, man, you fucking lasso them, you knock them down, and you tie them up. There's got to be a video of it on the internet. Calf tie. It's like hog time. You know, I hog tied too.
Did you ever rat tie?
Calf tying, I would.
Just synth floating in space.
Yeah, your show fucking sucks, kid. Fuck that shit!
Pick up the phone, rat.
Heineken! It's a piece of shit.
Pick up the phone, rat.
Pap! Screw ribbon! Your show's terrible, man. It's not even fucking good. Hope it gets canceled.
You're building a rat ship here.
How to get whatever you want. That's the title of the next set of notes. How to get whatever you want. Here's what it says if you're ready. It says, ask That's it. End of notes. Ask. If there's one art in life to learn extremely well, that's got to be one of them. The art of asking. What does ask mean? Ask means, what do you want? And the formula is staggering. It says ask and what? A guy ought to look into that. See, you've got to be better than a good worker. You've got to be a good asker. Now, let me give you 3 key points on asking and receiving. This can do it. Number 1, asking is the beginning of receiving. Asking starts a unique process, mental and emotional. I don't even know how it works. All I know is it works. It's like pushing a button and all this machinery starts working. I don't know how. It just works. There's a lot of things you don't need to know how. Just work them. Some people are always studying the roots. Others are picking the fruit. I mean, it depends on what end of it you want in on. Asking is the beginning of receiving, so start the process. Here's number 2. Receiving is not the problem. Receiving is automatic. Now, if that's true, receiving is not the problem, what's the problem? Failure to ask might be one of your major problems. I don't know. Check it out. The guy says, oh, now I see it. I got up last year and hit it every day, but there's not a scrap of paper with my goals on it. Good worker, poor asker. So you got to change that. Here's number 3. Receiving is like the ocean. There's plenty. Success is not in short supply. It isn't rationed, and you stepped up to the window and it was all gone. No, no, no. It's like an ocean here. Now, if that's true, what's the problem? Well, some people go to the ocean with a teaspoon. Have you got the picture? See, what you want to do in view of the size of the ocean is trade your teaspoon for at least a bucket, and you'll look better down at the ocean. Kids won't make fun of you, right? Okay. Now, there's 2 ways to ask, and we'll wrap up goal setting. 2 ways. Here's number 1. Ask with intelligence. It didn't say ask intelligently, but I'm sure it meant that. Don't mumble. You don't get anything by mumbling. Be clear. Be specific. Intelligent asking means how wide, how high, how soon, when, what size, what color, how much. Define what you want and describe what you want. That's powerful. Goals become like a magnet. They pull you that direction. And the better you describe them, the more they pull. So ask intelligently. Here's number 2. Ask with faith. That's the childish part of the equation. Believe you can get what you want like a child. Not an adult. Adults are too skeptical. So the formula really reads, make plans like an adult and believe in them like a child. And the most incredible things will happen. Just try it for 90 days. Just try it. You can always go back to the old ways. Just try it, just 90 days, 90 days. The world admires the doers.
Yeah, is your drains, are they clogged up? You got fucking clogged up drains? You don't want fucking clogged drains, do you? You give me a call. Ricky Ravioli's Drain Cleaning Company will suck your drains empty, you little red bastards. Just give you call. Call me at 917-719-5923. Yeah, that's not my number, but go fuck yourself. I'll clean your sewers good.
I just feel like I got drunk, and I'm not even on anything. I haven't drank anything. That is what listening to Nick the Rat will do to you.
Pick up the phone, Rat.
What? Yeah.
That's right. Describe it right down the T. So he goes right through this Cadillac and he describes it, everything about this Cadillac that he wants. And when he gets all through, the perfect visualization is up here now. Because he has described it. When you write it, you start seeing it. Because he says, let's see now, a red Cadillac with a white top. What color bolstering? Now he says, let's see now, red, all red. No, I'd rather have red with a white in it. So he gets the picture up here by writing it down here. This is how you define things that you want in this world.
Are you there?
Are you visualizing Nick the Rat right now?
Are you there, Nick the Rat?
Are you visualizing me?
Yes.
Do you
I
see
can
me?
see you in my mind.
That's why
Hey, it's Stillwater from Spearfish.
I'm visualizing you right now, Stillwater. You're a really sexy dude, too.
Oh, thank you.
If I had a koala pouch, I would let you shit in it.
That's the second weirdest thing that someone has said to me today.
Dear God, you must have had a strange day.
Well, hey, I just thought I'd check in on y'all. How's it going in the sewers?
Pretty good. I'm eating some dark chocolate, 70%, with some orange zest or some shit. I don't fucking know what's in there, but...
Oh, that actually sounds delightful.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's,
Yeah?
Do you like chocolate?
Oh, I love chocolate.
This is a Lindt. I fucking hate this brand. This is the name. Lindt. What is that? Is that German? Linden. It hurts my brain trying to say that.
Linden?
Also, the packaging looks like shit, but it's really good chocolate.
Yeah, it sounds like some European bullcrap nonsense.
The D is silent, so it's Lindt. Ew.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I've noticed lately that okay, so I don't typically like to read Marvel comics because they kind of tend to suck a lot, unless it's Daredevil. Daredevil has been consistently pretty good, but out of nowhere, suddenly it seems like the writers at Marvel, as far as the comics go, they seem to start to give a fuck.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. That was my response.
No, this
Ooh.
does make sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's big movements going on in the industry of change. There's change happening.
Yes, change, yes. And I first noticed it where there was a mashup of or a crossover rather of Godzilla and Spider-Man. And it's like Godzilla shows up because Spider-Man is rocking a symbiote suit again. And oh man, that one was an awesome one-off.
That is a pretty wild. That'd be a cool little movie.
Yeah, dude. It was just one issue, but I was like, "Wow, this is awesome! Oh my gosh!"
It I'm sorry. Is there any did Miles Morales ever get the symbiote?
I'm not sure about that.
That would be would they call that Black Spider-Man?
I feel like that would be a fair assessment. Yes. I don't know if it's happened, but who knows?
Happy Midnight in the Sewer.
Happy Midnight in the Sewers. Yeah. Well,
So
and
Spider-Man versus Godzilla. That's cool. I like that.
oh yeah, dude, it was fucking awesome.
Hmm.
The other one that I've been really enjoying is there's a run of Batman called Dark Patterns, and it's where like pretty much it's Batman being the detective in horror settings.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, yeah.
Like
okay,
what, like
so
Scarecrow or something? Or?
they haven't gotten to anything like that yet, but
Like
the
what kind of
last
horror?
story that just wrapped up, it was all right, so do you know the character Scarface? As in like the
Scarface.
puppet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the puppet guy.
Remember
Okay.
him from Batman the Animated Series?
Yes, that is one of the coolest places to learn about that guy.
And I think that's the only place I
Anyway,
ever saw him, but yeah.
yeah. So in this comic, he's not just the puppet, but he is the entire apartment high rise.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that's
Like Batman has some fucking strange shit like that in it. Batman has some really weird villains.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a guy made of clay or it's like or a guy that's a bat.
Yeah, Man Bat.
Does he fight any aliens?
Technically, yes, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yes?
Yeah, I mean, he did fight Superman once.
Oh, gotcha. No, I was talking about like xenomorphs. No joke. I mean,
there
like
is a crossover of aliens versus Batman.
I'm talking about Border Patrol Batman.
Dang it, you got me again.
To keep villains out of Gotham, of course.
Uh-huh. Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be kind of cool, actually. No, but I do like the. Did you see? I saw Batman kicking a kid off a boat in a comic strip recently.
He probably deserved it.
He did deserve it. The kid deserved it, and
yeah,
the artist was like, "Oh, I can't do." It was like some sort of joke that he had, and he was like, "I can't put this in the comic," but he made it, and the publisher was like, "No, you're putting it in there," and it's a really funny panel of Batman giving a child the boot into the ocean, basically. It's
yeah.
yeah.
The Batman franchise, and I don't think it's a mark against them so much as it's good storytelling, but they are not strangers for killing children.
Or parents.
Or especially parents. Oh yeah, if you're a parent in that universe, you better watch out.
Do you know the first person Batman's killed?
No.
I don't either. I'm going to ask Grok.
Enlighten me.
I'm going to ask Grok. Sorry that I've what's that called?
I think it was Buster Keaton in the 1989 movie. Because it's going back a while.
All right, here we go. Who's the first person Batman killed in his canon? In the canonical Batman story, the first person Batman killed was Alfred? Alfred Stryker? Who the fuck is Alfred Stryker?
I have no idea.
All right,
This is that's a deep dive, unless Rock got it wrong.
No, I don't think so. Alfred Stryker was a criminal living in Gotham City. He retains the distinction of being the first villain to encounter Batman in a published story. Wait, he's the first person to ever... He's the first villain and he first died?
Oh, okay. Huh. So that would have been like the really, really early stages of Batman.
Oh, yeah, this guy looks like he was
before
in a bubblegum
before
wrapper.
that whole thing where like the comic book industry got together and said, okay, we got to make sure that no heroes are murdery.
Murdery.
Yeah. I can't remember what the exact term was called, but there was a whole thing about that.
Here we go. In Detective Comics number 27, 1939, Batman killed Alfred Stryker.
Yeah, that was before my time.
You talking about? You old as dirt, bait. No, a corrupt businessman by punching him, causing him to fall into a vat of acid. That's like the Joker during a confrontation. The case of the chemical syndicate. This was Batman's first canonical kill, as the no-kill rule wasn't established until in 1940 to 1941.
Yep. Yeah. There was like a no-kill rule that both DC and Marvel agreed upon.
Comics in that time period must have been fucking weird.
Yeah, dude. Like, when you go back to the original like Captain America comics, like it starts with Captain America punching Hitler in the face, you know. But then
that works. But I mean, like
after
the artist and the writers, like because today there's like everybody's a comic book. Everybody's trying to do it. Like even like Vito Giswaldi thinks he's a comic book pro. But they had like suits and top hats and shit back in the 1930s, and it was like smoking cigarettes and making comic books. Must have been like strange.
Yeah, there's a reason why even still today, like Commissioner Gordon still smokes a pipe.
Huh. But now it's filled with fentanyl. Oh, you want to hear something else interesting? Wait, you have a hay? All right, you hit me with your hay, and then I'll hit you with my hay.
Okay. So, hey, do you know what tobacco Commissioner Gordon likes to smoke?
Lucky Strike.
That's kind of close-ish. It's called
American
Wild
Spirit.
Country.
Wild Country.
Yeah. So you were essentially accurate.
There's probably a takeoff of that some way. So my hay is the new Superman movie. Do you know what it's rated?
Is it rated gay?
I actually really want to see it.
I do too, yeah. And it's because they put the super dog in it.
I want to see it for mainly Nathan Fallon as the Green Lantern.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait, you don't know
I
anything
didn't know
about
that.
the Superman movie?
I've been ignoring it because I like the comic books better.
No, it looks pretty good. It's James Gunn, so he always makes some fun baloney. So it should be fun, at least.
Well, you see, I just don't like guns in my comic books unless it's Punisher.
No, James Gunn.
Or
Deadpool. The director. He's not a weapon. No.
Oh, I completely misunderstood that then.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's well, since you have no idea what I'm talking about, the movie comes out in July. It doesn't have a rating yet. Is that weird?
Wait, July is still allowed to be a month?
Not in my timeline, but apparently in this one, yeah.
I
think it comes out
that,
May, June, July. So it comes out in 2 months, and there's no rating on it yet.
So who's the villain in this one?
Lex Luthor is in it, but I don't know if he's the main
Why
villain.
do they have to keep going back to that guy? I'm not interested in Lex Luthor.
I actually
He's
don't
not
even
a
think
very,
Superman is going to be the main
interesting villain.
I don't think he's not going to be the main villain. I don't even think Superman's going to be the main character in the movie.
Well, then how come it's called a Superman movie?
There's Nathan Fallon as the Green Lantern. There's a Hawkeye. There's the Hawk Girl with the mace. That one I'm really interested in seeing too. So remember having that toy, and that was fun. That was a cool little.
Yeah. That was an awesome one. Yeah.
I remember that toy.
Dude,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I just wish that they would do the original Superman, where it was like, this is the definition of the perfect Eagle Scout. You know?
No, I think that's what they're going for in this movie. There was a trailer that they released today that had a scene that I kind of was upset about, but then I kind of came around to probably... Well, I didn't see the movie yet, so it's all just speculation and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But the scene was Lois Lane is interviewing Clark Kent, Superman. She knows he's Superman.
Oh.
And she...
Oh, that's neat.
It was, and Superman stopped a war from happening, and the people were giving him a hard time, and Lois Lane was like, well, you stopped this war, but you're not allowed to do that, you know? And she was giving him shit, and he's like starting to like freak out. And I was like, they've done this before. I just hope that what they showed in the trailer, I hope that's the whole scene, and that's like kind of like a little joke, like, oh, okay, Superman's getting harassed again for being good. And then we've seen it. It's done. Who cares? But they're showing it in the trailer, so I'm kind of like, I'm happy they showed it in the trailer. So hopefully it won't be a main part of the movie.
Well, and I kind of like that in a way because, okay, so one of the websites that I like to go to is called tvtropes.org. And one of the topics is called "Being Good Sucks."
It does. Being good is boring.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just and like some of my favorite Superman storylines is like yeah, he's invincible, basically unkillable, but his real kryptonite is simply the fact that just being good sucks.
But like how? I'm not totally seeing how being good sucks. Like, I know being good could be like, oh, okay, well, you know, a little boring, but I don't know how it sucks. I'd rather be good than bad.
Yeah, well, in a storyline type of setting, sometimes doing the right thing and like stopping a war will garner people getting pissed off and throwing shade, and then like
oh well, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, David Attenborough when he sees
pretty much, yeah,
when he sees a cow about to eat a chicken, he can't step in and save the chicken.
Yeah.
Because that would just be against nature. And what Superman is doing is against nature. He's acting as a god in a situation he shouldn't even be in.
He's basically a god amongst men. Yeah. Dude, aren't comic books awesome?
No, they really are. They are good.
Yeah. Yeah, but one of my favorite indie comic series is, of course, Something is Killing the Children.
You've mentioned this one before. I have not gotten the paperback yet.
They have the trades out. They have at least 7 volumes.
James,
you went quiet on me there real quick.
because I'm typing. I was typing.
Okay.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I didn't know I had to fill in the silence there.
Well, I'm looking up Something is Killing the Children again because I'm trying to see where they are in reality. But yeah,
that's fair.
It looks fun. It looks.
Yes,
fun.
this is a great horror comic, and I just love it. I love it.
What's your favorite part about it? The art or the story?
Yes.
Oh, both. Oh, okay. It's a double hitter. That's good.
Yeah, I love the artwork and I love the story.
Oh, and it's Marvel.
It's Marvel now?
I'm seeing it's.
I thought it was Boom Comics.
Well, yeah. Actually, I don't know what this is. I see it's. This website is weird. I don't know why it says Marvel right here. I should. Hold on, I'll send the link. So
I thought it was Boom Comics that put this one out.
I'm seeing that too, but I'm seeing. Hold on, where's the chat room over here? Ugh. If you, it does say Boom Studios, but if you scroll down on whatever the page I linked, I don't know if you could see that. It says, I don't know why it says Marvel. Something is Killing the Children #0. Maybe it's. I don't know why the word Marvel
I didn't know.
there.
I always thought that comic books always started with number 1 and not number 0.
You could start with
So
you can start with -1. You can write whatever you want.
Like, I really have no argument against that, I guess.
Do you know all those letters on the comic book? You can move them around in pretty much an infinite arrangements. There's only one thing that has to stay the same. It's the logo of the company that's publishing it and the UPC code. That those two things have to be the pristine. But everything else you can put whatever you want there.
Yeah. Well, what I love about Something is Killing the Children is that it starts off with monster starts killing children, but they also show like the kind of emotional fallout from that kind of thing happening. Like there's a scene where there's a guy that is drinking at a bar and he's clearly distraught, and he's talking about how when you're raising a child, you see the man or woman that he or she could have become, and then suddenly that's gone, and then the barkeep it says, "All right, one more, and then I'm calling you a cab." And it's like it's such a real moment, and it's like this is how someone who lost a child would behave. And it's so heart-wrenching. And it makes it grounded in reality to such a degree that you accept that there are monsters out there killing children.
Horrifying.
Yeah, I know, right?
Child murderers. Can't somebody think of the children? Think of the children.
Will somebody please think of the children? No.
Is there any big summer events coming up in Spearfish?
Huh? Yeah. We have downtown Friday nights, and that's where we shut down traffic to Main Street. We set up a big stage. We have a concert, and then we have food and beer vendors out on the streets, and it's basically a big party right on Main Street every Friday night during the summer.
What time does that go till? Is it like early night, or is it goes like late night?
It's like early evening. It basically starts at late afternoon until the evening.
That's nice.
You know, it shuts down usually around like 11 or midnight, I think.
Oh, okay. That's kind of late. That's late. Okay. Yeah, people gotta sleep.
Yeah.
You know, hey.
Food trucks come out. You know, so there's good food, there's good drink, great music, and just a bunch of people around. It's a bunch of locals and a bunch of tourists, and it's just a good time.
Huh. Huh.
Yeah, and that's every Friday night here in Spearfish, right at downtown on Main Street.
Man, if I ever come down to Spearfish, can we hang out?
Huh? Yeah, absolutely.
We read some comic books.
Yeah. Yeah, we could talk about comic books and stuff. Yeah.
We should go. Can you take me to a comic book store? We could go. Do you have a local?
Yeah,
comic store
There's a 98 Culture is a local comic shop.
Shit, that sounds fun. I want to come. I'm gonna book an airplane ticket right now. I'm coming down there.
Okay.
Maybe one day though.
Well,
maybe one day. I'll let you know.
You got my number, so you can call me up when you do this. So yeah.
I do have your number, and I got your social security, and I got a camera, and
Yeah, you've seen my bulge.
I don't want to hang up on you, but I was about to. But I want to say goodnight to you.
Oh, good night. Good night, Sewer. Love y'all. Good night, No Agenda Stream.
Oh yeah, No Agenda Stream.
And
yeah.
But yeah. If you want to come hang out here in Spearfish, Nick the Rat, yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Yeah, and I could get you in touch with someone that we can actually do a show from here in Spearfish if you want.
Maybe one day, but right now I have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna bid you a poo.
Go take a shit and take a couple if you can.
I'm gonna take a couple in the can. We got Strange Boy with Child Trauma. We'll be right back with more Nick the Rat. All this music is on SoundCloud. Nick the Rat likes.
Oh, you are sick.
If you want to be wealthy and happy the rest of your life, just learn this lesson well. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I have found in my experience that income does not far exceed personal development. Now, sometimes income takes a lucky jump, but sure enough, unless you grow out where it is, it'll usually come back where you are. Life has strange ways. If somebody hands you $1 million, best you become a millionaire quickly, so you get to keep the money. Otherwise, sure enough, it'll disappear. Somebody once said, if you took all the money in the world, divided it up equally among everybody, it would soon all be back in the same pockets. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. So instead of going after it, you work on yourself. Personal development. Because true happiness is not contained in what you get. Happiness is contained in what you become.
All right, then. Well, welcome back. I just remembered another story from PAX. Oh, what? Radix's Baron Spuds the Mighty? Wild. At PAX, the convention center stayed open till midnight. There was arcades, consoles. Either way, I had to beat the scientists up in Street Fighter. They didn't think I was good. So I destroyed them in Street Fighter 6 and Street Fighter Alpha. It was basically a bloodbath of me kicking their ass. At around like 11:30, I'm pretty drunk. I'm drinking whiskey and I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but I had to go to the bathroom. So, you know, this place is huge. I start walking, and at around 11:30, it was clearing out. It wasn't 100,000 people anymore at that time. And I walked towards the bathroom. The convention center is mostly empty, but there was it looked like a Japanese schoolgirl, like a little Japanese schoolgirl in front of me walking towards the bathrooms too. I'm following behind, and then the bathroom splits off to like the girls' bathroom and the boys' bathroom, and the Japanese schoolgirl goes into the boys' bathroom. Like, what's going on here? Whatever. I gotta take a piss. I gotta take a wicked piss. We're in Boston, so I go in, and the schoolgirl goes into a stall, and I go to the stall. Which one is the stall? Is the stall this? Where is the one that you stand up? That's the one that you sit down. They went into the where you're gonna take a shit, and you close the door and all that whatnot. So I'm standing there at the urinal. They're in the stall, and I'm peeing. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And then the little Japanese schoolgirl, I start hearing, and I chuckled and left.
If you want to be wealthy and happy the rest of your life, just learn this lesson well. How to get whatever you want. That's the title of the next set of notes. How to get whatever you want. Here's what it says if you're ready. It says, ask, that's it. If you want to be wealthy and happy the rest of your life, just learn this lesson well. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I have found in my experience that income does not far exceed personal development. Now, sometimes income takes a lucky jump, but sure enough, unless you grow out where it is, it'll usually come back where you are. Life has strange ways. If somebody hands you $1 million, best you become a millionaire quickly, so you get to keep the money. Otherwise, sure enough, it'll disappear. Somebody once said, if you took all the money in the world, divided it up equally among everybody, it would soon all be back in the same pockets. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. So instead of going after it, you work on yourself. Personal development. Because true happiness is not contained in what you get. Happiness is contained in what you become.
I just realized what he sounds like. Oh, by the way, these clips that I'm playing of this guy that's giving these informational speeches about how you can better your life by selling you something, how he became rich, is, I guess, these.
Come back where you are. Life has strange ways. If somebody hands you $1 million,
Caller, can you turn down your radio?
Yep, 1 second.
Caller, can you turn down your radio?
I think I did.
Oh, thank you, caller.
Yeah, the Twitch has a big delay there, so it's a little hard to get synchronized. I wanted to talk to you on your original topic about eerie and otherworldly events, because I saw some.
You did.
When we were kids there, we were rambunctious, and when we knew that a house was vacant in the neighborhood, we got into most of them. And this was the house that was right next to my parents. And there are a couple of things about it that were a little weird. The one of them was a really small thing, but extraordinarily consistent. Like my parents' house, there was a wooden laundry chute that went from the main floor down to the basement, down by the laundry room.
Oh my God.
And
Would
it
you
had
get
a
like
little...
splinters in your clothes?
No, it was smooth boards there, and
Oh.
and everything got sanded. I mean, when we were little kids, we used to go down the laundry chute there. It was a great way to fake out the babysitter. But this house, like my parents, it had a little hook and loop latch on the laundry collector. There was like a wooden basket at the bottom of the chute.
All right.
And you could latch it, and you'd come back, not 15 minutes later, and it's unlatched, and you knew that nobody else had been on that floor of the house. Very consistent, happened very quickly. And then the other one was late at night, between like 1 and 3 in the morning. There were footsteps would come down the hallway on the main floor towards the master bedroom. And the story that we had gotten is that there had been a murder in that house, and that was the room that it happened in. So the thought on the footsteps was that it was an echo from that event. And we were sitting in a different room on that floor in one of the other bedrooms, and it was really, really creepy to hear footsteps walk past the door and not see anything.
Did you live in this house?
No, next door to it.
Oh.
But and then house sold, and as far as I know, those things still go on. But parents sold their house 2 years ago, so I don't have any connection to that street anymore.
Did you scream?
And there were like 5
I
of
would
us.
have I would have ran out of that house screaming.
Well, that might have happened if I was alone, but there were like 3 or 4 of us. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's power in numbers. It's once you're by yourself, you could start building. It gets really scary when you're alone. When you're in a group of people, you start to get brave, and you're willing to sacrifice yourself to evil demons and spirits. It's like kind of like a show of power to your friends.
Right? Or find yourself in the basement of a library screaming, "Get her!"
Yeah, several times. It's hard when she's covered in mayonnaise and.
So I'd like to tell you I have another ghost story, but that's my only one.
Well, that's fine. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I have to find my list of questions here. We got this here.
42.
All right. No. No.
The red pill.
No. Okay. No. Here we go. Did you hear about the thousands of enormous holes that were discovered on the seafloor, evenly spaced?
I'm not sure on that particular story. I've seen stuff about underwater structures that we can't explain
The
in a
underwater,
number of
can you?
places around the world.
The ocean is really scary, man. Like, there's so much stuff going on underwater that we have no idea about. Like,
That's right.
there's probably
It's the majority of the
cracks
planet.
that
Most
go
of it
deep.
hasn't been explored.
It's pretty scary.
Well,
So
we kept saying that things didn't live, and then all of a sudden there's video, and they're like, "Oh, there's one of those things that you said don't exist anymore." Oh, there's another one.
So they sent robots in. They were guided by maps, MBARIs, MBARIs, remotely operated vehicles. They descended for 30 dives, 185 hours. It turns out glory holes for the blowfish.
So it was created by the fish?
They were, somebody's trying to, I don't know who's making money off of the blowfish, but they're blowing them, and I think there's seashells involved. I don't know how it works.
Well, were these holes connected to the eerie ghost thing, or the unexplained stuff, or is this just a blowfish story?
Not too, I got if I don't know if you're in the chat, but I just posted it. I only read it really quick. I didn't get to read it too much, but something about they're all, you know.
Well, I mean, there's stuff that we're seeing that happened recently that means that shit's changing. You know, like the North Pole moving, and then there's stuff that we just discovered that's been that way for a long time.
Yeah. You ever watch the show Severance?
No, I don't really watch much TV.
Do you have what are your hobbies? Do you have any hobbies?
Collecting red team toys.
Collecting red tin toys?
Team.
Rin tin?
Red team.
Are you talking about Rin tin? That little
TEAM.
team, red team? Red team? Are you talking about red team, blue team, red versus blue?
Yep.
What?
Yep. Sigint toys.
Segment? What the heck is this?
SIGINT, Signals Intelligence.
Signal Intelligence?
Yeah.
Toys.
The thing about the advance of technology and technology getting cheaper is that things that used to cost thousands of dollars and only really well-funded people could afford to do, now you can do for $50.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like, I've seen more naked, beautiful women than the pharaohs of ancient times, or something. I don't know.
Yes, but the pharaohs got to touch them.
That's true.
Although they were known for putting little pyramids of grease on their head with spices in them to make them smell better, because everyone was sweating and there wasn't any such thing as antiperspirant or
rough back then. That's pretty rough. Oh man, imagine what it must have smelled like back then. Oof.
Like India does today.
Oof. Has to be worse. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. India might be worse. I don't know.
Well, India is by and large vegetarian, so it'd be meat eaters, so it probably would smell different.
Oh, cabbage.
What's that British one called? Naff and Tate, cabbage and potatoes. You know you're poor when you're eating that.
I had Hamburger Helper.
I have bought it, but it's been a long time.
It's
I used to buy their
mac and
their
cheese, isn't it? It's just mac and cheese, and you throw chopped meat into it.
Yeah, like you can buy boxed cake mix, and you just have to add like milk, eggs, and water to it, and mix it up and make it. Or Bisquick there to make biscuits. So just add the liquid ingredients, the other. Wait a minute, what did you ask me about?
Can you mix chopped meat with cake batter?
You could. I don't.
Has anybody ever? We
What
should
would that
try.
be? It'd be a shepherd's pie.
Sort of, not
Bizquick would be better
really.
than the. I mean,
Shepherd's pie
Bizquick.
is
I have. I
pie
have made a
is.
Bizquick based shepherd's pie with ground beef before.
Hmm.
I did that in the Boy Scouts.
But I'm talking about
in
like cake
Cowstown.
meat. I'm talking about meat and cake.
Yeah.
Ooh, how about
No, I
bacon?
haven't in that.
You get a cake. You cut the cake and you put bacon slices inside of the cake,
Well, you know, what would be even more French would be foie gras.
and then you cover it with chocolate and you put it in the freezer.
Right? Have you ever had candied bacon?
I don't think I did. I
Bacon
can
that's
imagine what it tastes
basically
like though.
has sugar cooked to it.
Yeah,
There,
it's
I've
just
had
like
that
brown sugar
as
on
a
the bacon. I never had
it
that.
was
No.
a dessert thing at the one restaurant, and then there was a gastro pub, I guess is what they called it, and they had caramel bacon popcorn, and I got to tell you, that stuff disappeared. That they would put down a thingy of it there on the table, and about 30 seconds later, it was all gone.
Yeah, I can imagine. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, you just have the patience to make caramel. Caramel just takes, time there. Put water and sugar in a pan, keep stirring.
Heat. I should have like
And
a
it's like,
like a
honestly,
cart, a
making
food
caramel
cart.
is like caramelizing onions there. It just takes patience.
If I
Although when you
sat in the
caramelize
middle of the
onions, use oil, not
street
water.
with a pot of caramel, bacon, and popcorn, I could probably
Mhm.
make a lot of money. It's not so expensive. How much is?
Probably, yeah. As long as you're frying the bacon smell will bring them in.
Yeah. For
It's like
blocks,
whenever you go
people.
to PAX or any conferences like that, they've got somebody that has the cinnamon almonds, and they
Oh.
smell so much better than they taste.
Oh
And
yeah.
you keep getting suckered to go buy them because they smell so good, and then you remember that they don't taste good, and you're like, "Why did I spend money on this again?"
They had some good waffles at PAX. They had a waffle truck, and there was like maple syrup and blueberry waffles and Nutella and banana waffles and so many waffles are so good.
Fresh blueberries are good.
Especially with some maple syrup.
Well, honestly, you have to ask your Scandinavian friends there, but honestly, most of the maple syrup you see in the United States is adulterated, just like the olive oil is.
Oh, okay. Sugar, liquid sugar on blueberries
Yeah.
of any sort.
Well, right. I've tried honey on waffles, and I never didn't like it. Honey somehow was better on pancakes than waffles. I don't know why.
I like butter. I like the butter on everything.
Sure, butter's good for you.
Well,
Makes your brain run.
Do you use butter to cook with?
Absolutely.
How do you
I've
get
gotten spoiled. I buy the Irish stuff at Costco and throw it in the freezer.
How do you get the butter from the butter into the pan?
To keep it from getting dehydrated or messed up in the fridge there, I've kind of got it double sealed. I got it in an old ceramic dealie,
and
then inside of there in a bag, and then in that's the little foil package. And I usually just take a fork. And put it down on a plate there and unwrap the foil and then fork off as much butter as I'm going to use. Put that on the edge of the plate and then put the rest of the butter back in the fridge. I like to take the butter out a good 30 minutes before I'm going to start cooking, the eggs too. And then if I'm doing meat there, I'll put the salt and the seasonings on the meat there, especially the salt, like 30 minutes before and let it all get up to room temperature before cooking.
I take the butter out of the fridge and then I let it get a little soft and then I just rip butter off with my hands and then I throw it in. I skip the fork.
Usually when I'm frying like that, I'll put the butter and then I'll drizzle some olive oil on top of it. I've been using those two together for a long, long time.
The olive oil will keep the butter from evaporating.
But you get the two fats, and it gives you a deeper flavor to the fat. You're shortening in the pan.
And then you need some salt.
Whatever aromatics you're going to use to pick up with.
Some salt, sugar, brown sugar, and cinnamon.
Because that's what I learned is these damn cookbook people try to confuse you when they're all talking about the same thing. You talk about aromatics in the United States. You go down to New Orleans, you have the Holy Trinity. You got the onion and the bell peppers and the celery.
Celery, yeah.
But if you go to France, they call it mirepoix, and it's carrots and it's celery and it's onion.
And if
but
you go to Mexico, they call it mole.
It's called sofrito. Well, no, the mole is a Finnish sauce. These are starters. In Spain, it's called a sofrito. And it'll be like tomato and onion and other stuff like that. I don't know if they ever put a celery in a sofrito, but and then you can vary these things. You do Thai cooking and you use hot chilies and garlic, and all of them are doing the same thing. You put it in the hot oil to begin with to flavor the oil, and then you start cooking your veggies and your meat, and it's all the same thing. I mean, the salad dressing is the same thing. If you're going to mince up, garlic or onion or shallots there and put it in red vinegar to make French salad dressing, you can take ginger and garlic and mince that up and put it in rice vinegar, and you got the base for an Asian salad dressing. It's really not complicated once you figure it out. It's just these are the different things you use in the different for the different parts of the world and the different cuisines, and once you figure that out, now you start mixing stuff. Why not have lemongrass and shallots in the same aromatics? If you like it, that's to your taste, do it.
Oh man.
There's a crossover there. A bunch of Vietnamese ended up in Louisiana, and there's a Louisiana. It's a Cajun Vietnamese fusion, and enough of them got driven out by the hurricanes that it's not just in Louisiana; it's in Houston now. I haven't been in there to go check those out yet. Both big rice eaters.
Slap Your Mama and Crystal. I love Louisiana.
Well, that's where we got Tabasco from.
I forget their saying now. It's like hoo-ha. Either way, there's
If you like New Orleans cooking, though, the cookbooks, the ones that you go down and they want to charge you $20 or $30 here, archive.org. Those things are old enough there that are out of copyright.
Yeah, there's
you can
free
get an electronic copy for free.
Yeah.
There's like the one women's league one, and then the newspaper did another one, and those are over 70 years old. So, you can get that stuff just for taking the download.
Oh, crap.
We should all be sending money to archive.org.
We should pay for their server costs. Do
Yep,
they
I've
make
sent them
their
checks a
server
couple of
costs
times.
public?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they make
I haven't gone digging into it that much.
Because I'm totally for supporting these companies, but to what extent? Oh, caller, I gotta go.
Yep, it's good to talk to you again.
It was good talking to you indeed, and thanks for all that information. I'm gonna eat well. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. Enjoy the cheese and good health.
Oh, that was you? Thank you. I'm gonna chow down on it.
I DM'd you the USPS codes in Fediverse.
The packages came at different. You sent me 2 of them.
Yeah, they had different. It was the same order, but it was different delivery dates. And like you said, the one of them you were out of town for, but it did say shelf stable.
Yeah, one came last week, and then one came this week. But either way, yeah, yeah. It's once they open them, then they are no longer shelf stable. But they're good. I'm gonna get a spoon, maybe after the show. But I'll let you know if they're good. I'll let you know. Thank you so much.
Yep. Be well.
All right. Have a good evening. Peace.
It used to be true that vegans were some of the leanest and healthiest people that you would study statistically as a group. It was true in the 80s, it was true in the 90s, it was true in the early 2000s. And then veganism exploded in popularity, as well as it should, because like there's a very, very compelling argument from an ethics perspective and an environmental perspective about how animals are bad to kill. I have all the love for that in the world. I think it's dope. And then so more and more people began to be vegan. A lot of them thought like, oh, veganism is healthier, because it was. And then guess who found out that people were more vegan more often? Major grocery stores and food producers. And guess what they started doing? They started making processed vegan food. And not because processing is like some evil plan, because it makes the food cheaper and shelf life is greater and it's more convenient. And guess what? Drum roll, it's tastier. And so now you have vegan chocolate cake, you got vegan hot dogs, you got vegan pasta, you got vegan everything. And now it is no longer true to say that veganism is some kind of shortcut to health. It used to be. And now it's like, dude, if you're vegan, like you gotta make sure you get enough protein and just don't eat tasty breakfast cereal for every meal of the day.
Evening sewer suckers, sit down and let Big Papa Mr. E. Man tell you a story. You there, big fella in the back. I have a warm, moist spot for you to sit right here on old Miseryman's lap. Okay, let's begin. In the shadowed folds of the Pacific Northwest, where ancient pines claw at the heavens, and the earth hums with secrets older than man, Elias Crane, a hunter of no small renown, tracked a legend. For years, whispers of the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, the forest's elusive titan, had haunted his dreams. Not for glory did he seek it, but for proof, to drag its corpse into the light and silence the mocking tongues of skeptics. His rifle, a cold extension of his will, gleamed under the gibbous moon as he stalked the misty ridges of the Cascades. The air grew thick, heavy with a musk that was neither beast nor man, but something other. Elias's heart thudded, not with fear, but with the thrill of conquest. Then, through the fog, he saw it. A hulking silhouette, 8 feet tall, its eyes like twin embers glowing with an intelligence that chilled his blood. The creature's gaze met his, and in that moment Elias felt judged, not by a beast, but by something vast, eternal, woven into the fabric of the cosmos. He fired. The shot echoed like a blasphemy. The Sasquatch staggered, its roar a sound that seemed to rend the stars themselves. Blood, black as pitch, seeped into the earth. It fell, and with its final breath, it whispered, not in words, but in a vibration that crawled into Elias's skull. "You have undone what should not be undone." Elias stood over the corpse, triumphant yet uneasy. The body was real, tangible, its fur matted, its limbs heavy. He would be a hero. But as he dragged the carcass toward his camp, the forest grew silent. No owls, no wind, only a suffocating stillness. The stars above seemed to pulse, watching. By dawn, Elias reached his truck. The Sasquatch's body lashed to the bed. He drove toward civilization, unaware of the shadow that clung to him, not a shape, but a presence, formless yet malevolent. It was no mere spirit, but a fragment of something older than the mountains, something that had worn the Sasquatch's form as a mask. Its release was no accident. Its death was a key, unlocking the door to the zeitgeist of mankind, a collective soul now vulnerable to its touch. The first signs came subtly. In Seattle, a barista screamed at a customer, her eyes wild, her hands clawing at her own face as if to tear away an unseen mask. In Portland, a teacher wept uncontrollably, muttering of eyes in the trees before leaping from a bridge. Across the globe, the contagion spread, not through flesh, but through the unseen threads that bind humanity's thoughts. Dreams turned to nightmares of towering, furred shapes with eyes that judged. Waking minds grew paranoid, consumed by a primal urge to destroy. Elias, now hailed as a legend, felt it too. His sleep was plagued by visions of the Sasquatch, its form dissolving into a writhing mass of stars and void. Its voice, now a chorus, whispered, "You are all guilty." He clawed at his ears, but the sound was within. His triumph soured. The world hailed him. Yet he saw accusation in every face. The spirit of the Sasquatch, or whatever cosmic entity it had been, did not possess. It infected. It seeped into the collective unconscious, twisting hope into dread, love into hate. Nations turned inward, then outward, their leaders ranting of enemies unseen. Stockpiles of weapons, long dormant, were readied. The news spoke of riots, then wars, but no one could name the enemy. It was not man against man, but man against himself, driven by a force that fed on despair. In New York, skyscrapers burned as mobs tore at each other with bare hands. In Moscow, soldiers fired into crowds, their faces blank yet weeping. In the jungles of the Congo, tribes danced around pyres, chanting words they did not understand. The zeitgeist, once a tapestry of human aspiration, was now a noose, tightening with every scream. Elias, alone in his cabin, saw the truth too late. The Sasquatch was no mere beast, but a guardian, a vessel for something that held chaos at bay. Its death had freed that chaos, and now it consumed all. He burned the trophies of his hunt, pelts, photos, the rifle, but the presence only laughed, its voice now his own. In his final act, he turned the weapon on himself, but even death offered no escape. His soul, like all others, was claimed. The end came not with a bang, but with a silence more terrible than any sound. Cities crumbled, fields burned, and the seas grew still. Humanity, driven by a madness it could not name, tore itself apart. The last man, standing amidst the ruins, looked to the sky and saw the stars blink out one by one. The Sasquatch's spirit, boundless and eternal, had no need for flesh. It was the judge, the executioner, the void. Never mess with Bigfoot, for in its death you do not slay a beast, you awaken the end. Adios, mofos.
Hey, motherfucker.
You're building a rat ship here.
One and only Nick the Rat High. He's a rat. Yo, I'm Nick the Rat.
You're listening to Nick the Rat. Nick the Rat podcast. Coming to you live from underground.
Anyway, I'm going to get this party started.
Oh man, it's midnight in like everywhere now. Well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning in New York City right now, at least. It's pretty late. I'm probably going to be hitting the sack soon. We'll have another episode next week. I have no more vacations coming up anytime, I think. Basically, I just go to PAX and Mexico, and all over the planet. I've been everywhere. I'm a world traveler, baby. I heard somebody recently say that when you squeeze a lemon, you get lemon juice, and when you squeeze a tomato, you get tomato juice. Whatever is inside, when you squeeze it, that's what comes on the outside. Now, when you're getting squeezed, what do you want people to say? Think about that. And then, change who you are as a person and just become the best version of you that you want to be. Do you want to be lemons inside? Do you want to be blood? What do you want to be? Clay? Play-Doh? Was that word for poo? Pap? You want to be pap? Little pap? You want to be a pap or a bap? All right, either way. I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit more of this Earl and Jim Rohn guy or whatever the hell this stuff is. But listen to this and then have a good evening. If you like any of the music, go tell the artist you like it. Go to Nick the Rat's SoundCloud and click like, whoever that Nick the Rat is. Yeah. And I love you guys. Even you. Jimmy with the gimpy leg. I don't know. Here, listen to this. Shut up, go to bed.
Care for it. Work steadily toward your goal, and it will become a reality. It not only will, there's no way that it cannot. You see, that's a law, like the laws of Sir Isaac Newton, the laws of gravity. If you get on top of a building and jump off, you'll always go down. You'll never go up. And it's the same with all the other laws of nature. They always work. They're inflexible. Think about your goal in a relaxed, positive way. Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. See yourself doing the things you will be doing when you've reached your goal. Ours has been called the phenobarbital age, the age of ulcers and nervous breakdowns and tranquilizers. At a time when medical research has raised us to a new plateau of good health and longevity, far too many of us worry ourselves into an early grave trying to cope with things in our own little personal ways without learning a few great laws that will take care of everything for us. These things we bring on ourselves through our habitual way of thinking. Every one of us is the sum total of his own thoughts. He is where he is because that's exactly where he really wants to be, whether he'll admit that or not. Each of us must live off the fruit of his thoughts in the future, because what you think today and tomorrow, next month and next year, will mold your life and determine your future.
Good night, America.
sound like you're from Oklahoma.
I'm from Beaver.
Well, we're all from Beaver, ain't we?
Stop killing animals! Rats